As some of you that join can, help me decide which albums are better, and we're gonna go from there. I don't know how this one works. I see that there's rounds of 128. So right now we're at 1 through 64, and yeah, we're gonna see. All right, so let's get it started. So let's see. Let me fix this. Okay. So we got "Certified Lover Boy" by Drake versus Lil TJ "State of Emergency." We're gonna go with, I didn't really like "Certified Lover Boy." I don't think I've listened to "State of Emergencies," but we're gonna go with "Certified Lover Boy" for this one. So we got 444 by Jay-Z versus Jay-Z The Blueprint. Both of these albums are good. Jay-Z 444 is amazing, but The Blueprint's a classic, and we already got to go with The Blueprint here. So we got Honestly Nevermind versus Polo G Die a Legend. I've never really been a big Polo G fan. I've heard this mixtape or project, but I've never been a big Polo G fan. But with that being said, this Drake album, Honestly Nevermind, it's pretty garbage in my opinion. It's like dance background music. It's not my thing. So we're gonna go with Polo G. We got Take Care versus Savage Mode 2. Both albums are dope. Take Care is like a new era classic. It's a lot of Drake albums on here. But we're going to go with, and Savage Mode 2 is pretty dope, but we're going to go with Take Care. I think that's no question. So we got Juice WRLD, Goodbye and Good Riddance versus Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. RIP Juice WRLD. It's a decent mixtape, but we're going to go with It's Almost Dry with Pusha T. That was a really good album. We got Love is Rage versus Lil Wayne, The Carter 4. Again, both are dope. Love is Rage was kind of like my introduction to Lil Uzi's work. It was when I first, started listening to Lil Uzi. But Wayne is just the pioneer of some of these artists, including Lil Uzi. And I think Lil Wayne, The Carter 4 has a lot more valuable songs on there. So we're going to go with Lil Wayne, The Carter 4 for this one. We got Music to Be Murdered by Eminem, and we got Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. Very interesting match we have here. Cardi B is I think this album's not bad. I don't think it's bad at all. But if I pick Cardi B over Eminem, I'm just kind of, maybe if this was Revival by Eminem, I'd probably choose that. But this was a pretty decent album. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. So we're gonna go with Music to Be Murdered by. So we got Scorpion by Drake versus Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt. We're going to go with Reasonable Doubt. There's no doubt. We got Kendrick Lamar. Did they spell it wrong? Lamar. Got Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers versus Jack Harlow, Come Home, The Kids Miss You. Wow, this is such a hard one. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's gonna be Kendrick all day. I mean, Jack Harlow's dope, but this album was really bad. Was really bad. It was just very, it's Kendrick all day. That Kendrick's album is really. Ooh, this is a hard one. I really enjoy both of these albums. We got Lil Wayne, The Carter 3 versus Jay-Z, The Black Album. Man, I really enjoy both of these. This is a hard choice. I'm gonna say Wayne because honestly, Uh, Wayne was one of the first hip hop artists I've ever listened to, and he kind of got me into rap. Um, and there's just so much nostalgia with this album, and there's so much good memories with this album. I think also the Carter 3 is a little bit more well produced. You got some Kanye production. Well, you have some Kanye production on the Jay-Z one, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're gonna go with Lil Wayne, the Carter 3. So we got Lil Uzi Vert, Love Is Rage 2 versus Young Thug Slime Language. We're gonna go with Lil Uzi Vert, Love Is Rage 2. I've really enjoyed this project. I've listened to both of these, so we're gonna go with Love Is Rage 2. We got Views by Drizzy Drake versus the Marshall Mathers LP, the first one. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let's see. One second. 1 second. Also, like every Friday, I'm listening to new drops. The stuff that me and Austin don't review, I'm listening to the new drops, and I will live stream that from now on every Friday. It's called Drops on Fridays. So, all right, let's see. This is an obvious answer. We got Fuse was good. I think it was a great album. There's some songs on it that I don't like, and then we have the Marshall Mathers LP, which is a certified classic. I mean, you got songs like "Stan," "The Way I Am," "Who Knew." I mean, you have all those classic songs on here. "Kill You," "Criminal." I mean, this album's a classic, no doubt. We got "If You're Reading This Is Too Late" by Drake versus Roddy Ricch, "Live Life Fast." If You're Reading This Is Too Late, miles better. Miles better. I think this album was a very, very disappointing album. Very disappointing album. So yeah, we're gonna go with If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Yeah. That's a no question, a no brainer. So we got Pop Smoke Meet the Woo versus Culture 3. RIP Takeoff, the Rockets. But we're gonna go with Pop Smoke. I really fuck with this album a lot. Pop Smoke's where it's at. So we got Fivo Foreign. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Versus Kid Cudi, "Man on the Moon 2." We're gonna go with "Man on the Moon 2." Big Sean, "Detroit 2" versus Lil Yachty, "Lil Boat." We're gonna go with Detroit 2. I think Detroit 2 is really dope. It's one of Sean's best new projects. We got Lil Baby, "My Turn," excuse me, versus Big Sean, "Dark Sky Paradise." I've never been like a really big Lil Baby fan. I think he has some good features, but as far as like making his own projects, I just think they're very hollow. I don't think there's anything to write home about. So we're gonna go with "Dark Sky Paradise." So we got A Boogie with the Hoodie, "Artist," versus Pusha T, "Daytona." Pusha T, "Daytona" for sure, but let me tell you, A Boogie has some good songs, especially on this little LP we have here. I don't know if this is his debut album, but I've listened to it. Some bangers on there for sure. But Pusha T, "Daytona," how much controversy came with this album. Kanye production all over it. You can't beat it. I mean, it's just, you can't. Wow, this is a hard one. Okay, so we have Astro World by Travis Scott, and we have Kanye West Yeezus. Man, you know, Astro World was really dope. When it first came out, I didn't know how to feel about it. If that makes sense. And same with Yeezus. I think these both have had a like similar thing going on here. Um, when they first dropped, I think Yeezus was much hated when it first came out, but now you see the inspiration that Yeezus caused, to not only the sound of hip hop, but just the style in general. Um, but Astro World has some really good songs on there. This is a really good one. Oh fuck. I think I'm gonna go with Yeezus. I really enjoyed Yeezus a lot. I'm gonna go with Yeezus. So we have Juice World Death Race for Love versus Juice World Legends Never Die. Um, this was his After Death album, and this was released when he was alive. Um, I think I'm gonna go with Legends Never Die. I enjoyed this album a lot. So we got What a Time to Be Alive by Drake and Future, the collab album, versus Kendrick Lamar, Damn. Damn. So What a Time to Be Alive was really, really good. At the time it dropped, it caused so much, you know, upstir as far as like in the hip hop community. We were all like, oh shit, Future, Drake collab, album, whatever, and he was just coming off his, I think he was just coming off his little beef he had with Meek Mill, so he was really feeling himself. I like confident Drake, like really confident, braggadocious Drake. I don't think you can go wrong with that. But here we have Damn, which is one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar albums. It has so many good songs. The storytelling on here is amazing. The production on here is amazing. It's one of Kendrick Lamar's most mainstream albums, but it's still good. So we're going to go with Damn. We have, that is Travis Scott, Birds in the Trap Scene, McKnight. That's not Birds in the Trap. Whoever made this is kind of stupid. And then we have versus 21 Savage, Offset and Metro Boomin collab album, Without Warning. We're gonna go with this because if it was The Chronic, I would have definitely chose The Chronic, but the title says Birds in the Trap Scene, McKnight, so we're gonna go with Without Warning. Okay, so we got Lil Baby and Gunna, Drip Harder, versus Polo G, The Goat. Like I said a couple minutes ago, never been a huge Polo G fan, but there was some really good songs on here. If I had to choose my favorite project by Polo G, it would be this album. But this collab album with Lil Baby and Gunna, I think their chemistry was really well. I think the beats and the production was really good. I think there were some catchy songs on there, some enjoyable songs. So we're gonna go with Lil Baby and Gunna, Drip Harder. We got Lil Uzi Vert versus The World 2 versus Post Malone, Beer Bongs, and Bentleys. Is this a hip hop album? I guess it is, isn't it? I think I'm going to go with Post Malone here. I really enjoyed Beer Bongs and Bentleys. Uzi just kind of fell off to me. But he picked it back up with the Pink Tape, don't get me wrong. But around this time, I think it was just, you're following up one of your best projects, and I don't think it lived to the hype. Beer Bongs and Bentleys has a lot of bangers on it, and that's just my personal opinion. I really like Beer Bongs and Bentleys, so we're gonna go with that. We got J. Cole, The Sideline Story, versus Lil Yachty, Nothing to Prove. Not a Yachty fan, but this album by J. Cole is one of his worst albums. One of his one of his most mainstream albums. Um, and I think this album still wins over Lil Yachty's. I've listened to both of these, so we're gonna go with Cole's World. We got Wanna Gonna versus Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon. It's a classic right here. We're going with Man on the Moon. We got Lil Tecca, Virgo World versus Young Thug Jeffrey. We're gonna go with Young Thug Jeffrey. We got Playboy Cardi, the self-entitled album Playboy Cardi versus A Whole Lot of Red by Playboy Cardi. You know, again, I'm not a big fan of Playboy Cardi. I don't really see the hype. But with that being said, A Whole Lot of Red was pretty dope. Had some dope beats. This song was his, I guess, breakthrough album. I think this was like the album that put him on the map. But I'm gonna go with A Whole Lot of Red. We got Future, I Never Liked You. I just think the album cover's so dope, bro. I mean, that's one of the dopest album covers of all time. You can't tell me otherwise. And we got Trippie Redd, Trip at Night. I kind of enjoyed this album or mixtape, but we're gonna go with Future. This album was hard. This album was fucking lit. We'll go with Mr. Hendrix. We got Drake, Thank Me Later, and we got Lil Yachty, Teenage Emotions. That's funny that they put them against each other, because Drake and Lil Yachty are like best friends now. We're gonna go with Thank Me Later though. We got Juice WRLD again, Fighting Demons versus A Boogie with a Hoodie, Artist 2.0. I really like this Juice WRLD project, Fighting Demons. I really liked it. A Boogie with a Hoodie. I don't know if I've listened to this. I think I've listened to some songs off this, and A Boogie's dope. He's dope. But we're gonna go with Juice WRLD, Fighting Demons. R.I.P. my boy Juice WRLD. Oh, okay. So we got Lil Baby and Lil Durk, The Voice of the Heroes. It's a little collab album they did, which was dope. It was dope. And then we got Eminem, Kamikaze. There's my water. Let's see. I really liked Kamikaze. I don't think it aged well at all. I think it aged pretty poorly. But that's like all Eminem's current works. They just don't age well at all. This album was a banger, the collab album. But we're gonna go with Eminem because we're gonna go with Marshall. Kanye West, 808s and Heartbreak versus Thug. Young Thug, So Much Fun. This album was really good, so much fun. One of my favorite, probably, Young Thug projects. But we're gonna have to go with 808s. It's classic. What can I say? Future, Hendrix versus Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. We're gonna go with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Obviously, for obvious reasons. I mean, come on now. I mean, Kanye West, arguably his best album, in my opinion, my favorite album by Kanye. This album's a classic, for sure. We got Lil Uzi versus The World versus 21 Savage, Issa. Here's the thing, bro. Issa's was 21 Savage, I guess, debut album. He was, writing that Issa thing, it became a meme. He has improved so much. He's improved so much. He's improved so much since this album drop. Probably one of the most improved rappers ever. I mean, if you would have told me 21 Savage wouldn't have been like he is now, I wouldn't have believed you, but we're gonna go with Lil Uzi Vert versus The World. This mixtape or project was A1, so we're gonna go with that. Drake, Dark Lane demo tapes versus Little Baby, Too Hard. We're gonna go with Dark Lane demo tapes, even though I think it's mediocre. Like I said, I'm not a Little Baby fan, so we're gonna go with Dark Lane demo tapes. No disrespect, I'm just not. We got J. Cole the Off Season versus Young Thug Barter 6. When's Barter 16 coming out by the Lil Uzi? I'm looking forward to that actually, and Free Thug, but we're gonna go with J. Cole the Off Season. Very dope album. J. Cole For Your Eyes Only versus Life's a Trip by Trippie Redd. For Your Eyes Only. Future and Lil Uzi Vert, Pluto. It's the Pluto Baby Pluto album versus Future Monster. Future Monster for sure. It's one of my favorite mixtapes of all time. So we're just gonna go with Future. More Life versus Graduation. More Life is not my favorite Drake project by any means. I understand it's a playlist, but it's the dance hall tracks and all that. I'm not a big Drake dance hall person. And then it's going against Graduation, which is arguably, again, one of Kanye West's best album. I think he took some amazing risk on this LP, and I think it worked, and it aged perfectly. This didn't age that well, so we're going to go with Graduation. We got J. Cole 2014 Forest Hills Drive versus Big Sean I Decided. Both of these albums are dope, but I'm going to have to go with Cole again because Cole is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite Cole albums of all time, so we're going to go with Cole. Future Dirty Sprite 2 versus Kanye West Kid See Ghost. Kanye West and Kid Cudi. This is one of my favorite collab albums of all time. You can't go wrong with this album. This LP right here is legendary. So we're going to go with Kanye West and Kid Cudi. We got Gunna Drip Season, I guess, Forever versus Lil Wayne the Carter 5. Lil Wayne the Carter 5 for sure. Love this album. Future High Off Life versus Young Thug and I guess the YSL Slime Language 2. We're gonna go with High Off Life. Future. I didn't really enjoy the Slime Language 2 little mixtape project or whatever. So we're gonna go with we got Travis Scott and Quavo collab album Huncho Jack Huncho versus Kid Cudi Man on the Moon number 3. I think this album, the Huncho Jack Huncho had so much potential, and I think it could have been a better project than what it was. However, this is not my favorite Cudi album at all by any means, but it was dope, and we're gonna go with Cudi. We're gonna go with Cudi on this one. We got Lil TJ Destined to Win versus Drake So Far Gone. Drake for sure. We're gonna go Drake So Far Gone. Lil Baby Harder Than Ever versus Roddy Ricch Feed the Streets 2. I think this is one of Roddy Ricch's best mixtapes. But also, this Lil Baby project was pretty decent. It was pretty good. It had some bangers on it. I enjoyed it. But Roddy Ricch just had that hungry. I feel like there were some more memorable songs on there. And I'm not trying to hate Lil Baby, but you're putting it with one of my favorite Roddy Ricch's mixtapes. So we're going to go with Roddy. Drake, Nothing Was the Same versus Eminem Recovery. Eminem Recovery was pretty good. Like I said, a lot of Eminem projects don't age well. However, this album did not age well at all. but Nothing Was the Same was one of Drake's best albums. I would say top two. Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. So we're gonna go with Nothing Was the Same here over Recovery. We got Rodeo by Travis Scott versus Jack Boys. We're gonna go with Rodeo. I mean, this was, I guess, Cactus Jack like little project, but Rodeo is just one of my favorite new school albums of all time. So we're gonna go with Rodeo. Excuse me. We got J. Cole KOD versus A Boogie with the Hoodie, the bigger artist. We're gonna go with J. Cole. KOD, dope album. Lil Tecca, We Love You Tecca versus Jay-Z and Kanye West, Watch the Throne. Tekka's dope. I like Tekka, but you're putting it up against Watch the Throne as one of the best collab albums of all time. I mean, you have songs like Otis, In Paris, Church in the Wild. I mean, it's one of my favorite albums of all time. I mean, we're going with, do I need to explain more? Oh, man. Tired. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. It's just something short and sweet we can do. Keep the content going. And I really appreciate if you're watching this. I really appreciate you watching this because we're trying a little harder to put out more content. If you have any suggestions for what you would like to see, just let me know because we need suggestions. So I thought this was a pretty cool idea. I mean, I know you guys don't want to hear me talk for hours, but some of you might. So we'll see where it goes. So we have Future, the self-entitled album, versus Pop Smoke Faith. We're gonna go with Future. I didn't really like this album by Pop Smoke. I think they just kind of, R.I.P. Pop Smoke. They were just kind of using his name at this point. Oh man, why am I so tired? Okay, we got Future, so we're gonna go with Future. I enjoyed this project a lot. We got Lil Uzi Vert, The Perfect Tape versus Playboi Carti, Die Lit. Wow, of course they put these two against each other. I think this is my favorite Playboi Carti, or one of my favorite. I think I said my favorite was Red. Whole lot of Red, but The Perfect Tape had some bangers on it too. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Die Lit was okay, but we're gonna go with Lil Uzi, The Perfect Tape, The Perfect Love Tape. Polo G, Hall of Fame versus Pusha T, My Name Is My Name. Dude, this album got me into Pusha T. That song Nostalgia with Kendrick Lamar, if you guys haven't heard it, numbers on the board. I mean, production on this was amazing. We're gonna go with My Name Is My Name. A Boogie with the Hoodie Season versus Kanye West Donda. We're gonna go with Kanye West Donda. Got Hall of Fame 2.0 versus Lil TJ True to Myself. I kind of like this mixtape. I don't think it was bad. That cover's dope as shit. That cover is really dope. I like that. I'll go with Lil TJ. Lil Uzi Vert, Eternal Atake versus Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. Definitely Good Kid, Mad City. All day long. The Life of Pablo by Kanye West versus Migos, Culture. Migos. It's sad that the Migos era is probably dead now. Like it's over with. I don't think Quavo and Offset are on good terms, and then you have Takeoff, and man, that R.I.P. Takeoff, but Takeoff that passed away, unfortunately, and it's sad to see that the Migos era, is now gone, or could be gone, because it's not Migos without Takeoff, in my opinion. So I want to go with The Life of Pablo, though. I enjoyed this project more. Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly versus 21 Savage, I Was. Dope 21 project. Is this the last solo project he dropped? We're going to go with Kendrick Lamar, whoever spelt his name wrong, Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. One of the best rap albums of all time. At me if you disagree. At me if you disagree. We got Migos Culture 2 versus Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial. I think everybody can agree with me here that Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial is the better album. Do I think Roddy Ricch can top this? Hell no. But this is a good album. We got Young Thug Punk versus 21 Savage and Metro Boomin Savage Mode. We're going to go with 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. Pop Smoke Shoot for the Stars and Aim for the Moon versus Pop Smoke Meet the Woo 2. Damn, this is hard. Both of these, I love both of these. And look at that cover, dude. I mean, that's dope as shit, bro. R.I.P. Pop Smoke, dude. He was on the come up. I really like Shoot for the Moon, Aim for the Star, or Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. I really like this a lot. So we're going to go with that over Meet the Woo 2. We got Kanye West, Yay, versus Lil Tecca, We Love You, Tecca 2. We're going to go with Yay. Kanye West, Yay. We got the Eminem Show by Eminem versus Young Thug Slime Season 2. I really enjoyed Young Thug Slime Season 2, but the Eminem Show is one of my favorite rap albums of all time. And probably my favorite Eminem album. I don't know. Marshall Mathers LP is right there too. Hopefully it doesn't come down to those two because it's gonna be a hard decision. Okay, so we're at the second round. So we got Drake, Take Care, versus J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only. We're gonna go with Take Care. Dark Sky Paradise by Big Sean versus Kanye West, 808s and Heartbreaks. Like I said in my previous video, if you guys have watched it already, 808s and Heartbreaks is one of the most let me back up. Probably has the most impact on any album I've ever heard, because this album inspired Drake to do what he does. This changed the whole game here. I mean, this album, like it or not, this album changed the game forever. The rap game, you know. So we're going to go with 808s and Heartbreaks. Sorry, guys, I'm tired, but whatever. We're going to go with Daytona, Pusha T, Faux Show. Lil Uzi Vert, Love is Rage 2 versus J. Cole, KOD. We're going to go with J. Cole. Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly versus Young Thug, Jeffrey. Both are good. Just Kendrick is just superior with this album. We got Lil Uzi Vert versus The World versus The Carter 3. Carter 3 all day long. All day long. We got Future Monster versus Kanye West, Donda. Okay. I'm going to explain my answer. Kanye West Donda was dope. Okay. But it's just Monster is one of the best mixtapes in this era. Sorry, I got an accent. Okay. We're from the South here. All right. But some of us Southern people, we know our music, man. We know our hip hop. I think Kanye West's album is dope, or Donda's dope, but we're gonna go with Future Monster over Donda. Certified Lover Boy, Drake versus Eminem, Music to Be Murdered By. This is one of Drake's weakest LPs in my opinion, or one of them. There's some few good songs off of it, but it just feels like he doesn't put any effort or any, you know, he doesn't really care. I think, the song "You Only Live Twice" was like the highlight of it because it actually sounded like Drake was, cared. And he didn't sound boring or half asleep like I do right now. And Eminem at least tried on this. He's still trying. Bless his heart, he's still trying to rap. At age 50. But this was a better album. Detroit 2, Big Sean versus Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. We're going to go with Jay-Z here. If You're Reading This Is Too Late by Drake versus Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. We're going to go with Good Kid, Mad City. This is one of my favorite Drake projects. I think I've listened to this album well over 100 times, or mixtape, whatever. And it has some bangers. I wish Drake would go back to like this kind of era where like he's just hungry and he cares, how his songs sound and whatnot. But we're gonna go with Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, I think this is one of the best rap albums of this decade or last decade, whatever. It's one of the best. Juice WRLD Fighting Demons versus Jay-Z Blueprint. Blueprint. We got J. Cole, The Off Season versus The Carter 4. I know a lot of people didn't like this album when it first came out. I don't know how people still feel about The Carter 4. I don't think it aged well. I think it's kind of the songs on it sound, aged. The beats are aged and all that. But J. Cole came in with the fire, the fire right there. Damn, that's a dope album cover too. When you blow the picture up like this, you can really see the details of the album cover. It's just so dope. I love you, Wayne, but we're going to have to go with J. Cole in this one, The Off Season. Polo G, Dial Legend versus Roddy Ricch, Feed the Streets 2. We're going to go Roddy. Oh, Mr. Roddy Ricch. Lil Uzi Vert, The Perfect Love Tape, my bad, versus J. Cole, Cole's World, The Sideline Story. We're going to go with Cole here, even though it's one of Cole's weakest albums. Drake, Nothing Was the Same versus Eminem, Kamikaze. Nothing Was the Same all day. This album aged like fine wine. So we're going to go with Nothing Was the Same. Dark Lane Demo Tapes by Drake versus Pusha T, My Name Is My Name. Pusha T and Drake. These dudes really don't like each other, do they? They really don't like each other, do they? We'll go with My Name Is My Name. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Mr. Kanye Omari West versus Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 2. They don't really like each other either, do they now? Isn't that funny? We're going to go with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Future, I Never Liked You versus Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers. I love both of these albums. I think they dropped in the same year. I'm not sure. We're going to go with Kendrick Lamar on this one. This album just has a lot more content that I like. Lil Baby and Gunna, Drip Harder versus Lil TJ and True to Myself. We're going to go with Lil Baby and Gunna. Kendrick Lamar, Damn versus Post Malone, Beer Bongs, and Bontleys. Yes, I meant to say it like that. We're going to go with Kendrick Lamar, Damn, son, where'd you find it? Okay, I know it's corny. Listen, when you're tired, you try to do anything you can to wake your ass up, and I'm trying to be stupid and corny. It is what it is. Kendrick, oh, they spelled it right. Kendrick Lamar. So they actually knew how to spell it. We'll go with Damn. We got Playboy Cardi, A Whole Lot of Red versus Man on the Moon 2. Look how dope, dude. I know I keep saying this, but look at this album cover. I mean, that's amazing. That is super amazing and trippy as fuck. And this is just very, whatever. Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 2, for sure. Yeezus versus The Eminem Show. Eminem Show. Pop Smoke, Meet the Woo versus Kanye West and Jay-Z, Watch the Throne. We'll do Watch the Throne. Drake, Thank Me Later versus 2014 Forest Hills Drive by Mr. Jermaine Cole. We're going to go with Cole in this one. Both are dope, though. Future self-entitled album versus Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars and Aim for the Moon. We're going to go with Pop Smoke here. I enjoyed that album more. Okay, now we're getting a little harder here. It's getting a little harder. Eminem, The Marshall Mathers LP versus Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon. We're going to go with Eminem. Both of these albums are really dope, and they're one of my favorites. I love Kid Cudi. God, I love Kid Cudi, but Eminem wins right here. Eminem wins. Lil Wayne, The Carter 5, the fifth one, versus Kanye West and Kid Cudi, Kids See Ghost. Both came out the same year, I'm pretty sure. It was a good year for hip-hop, 2018. Very good good year for hip-hop. With that being said, Kids See Ghost is one of my favorite albums of all time, period. I know I keep saying that, but I have a lot of favorites, but, you know, the Carter 5 is dope. I think there's a lot of filler songs in it, but, you know, with this project, you have some peak Wayne songs in it, but this album is just almost perfect, so we're gonna go with Kids See Ghost. Rodeo versus Drake, So Far Gone. I love this mixtape right here by Drake, but Rodeo was just very very good. It's definitely one of my favorite albums. I keep saying it, just telling the truth. One of my favorite albums. Yay by Kanye West versus 21 and Metro, Savage Mode. We'll go Yay. I enjoyed Yay a little more. Got Future, High Off Life, The Life of Pablo. We're gonna go with The Life of Pablo. I know I sound like a Kanye West fanboy, but I mean that just shows you how good Kanye is. I mean, come on now. Juice WRLD's Legend Never Dies versus Roddy Ricch. Oh man, we're gonna go with Mr. Roddy on this one. I'll enjoy this project more. Okay, so we're on to the next round, I think, or is this the last one? Okay, so we got Kanye West, Graduation versus It's Almost Dry. We're gonna do Graduation. Okay, so we're at the third round. Now is where it gets kind of hard. We got Graduation by Kanye West versus Eminem, The Marshall Mathers LP. We're gonna go with The Marshall Mathers LP. We'll go with Damn. I don't even have to explain why. Watch the Throne. Rodeo versus Pusha T, My Name Is My Name. We're gonna go with Rodeo for sure. Take Care versus 808s and Heartbreaks. Wow. If it wasn't for this album, there would be no Take Care. You see what I'm saying? As far as, see, there's a difference, okay? There's a difference between your favorite album or some of your favorite albums, or which one you like more, or which one you think's the best. There's a difference. There's a huge difference, because you might listen to some albums more than others, but respectfully, you could think, you know, just like To Pimp a Butterfly. Like, I don't listen to Pimp a Butterfly every day. However, you can still respect that the album is one of the best written albums of all time. So with that being said, like I said, I enjoyed Take Care more. I think it sounded better. But Drake had The Weeknd, write some songs. Some of the songs were, Abel's. He gave it to him, but still. In 808s, I just think 808, there would be no Drake Take Care if there was no 808s. So I think it'd be kind of dumb for me to put Take Care over 808s, if you get what I'm saying. And so for that reason, I think that makes it a better album than Take Care. Even though I enjoyed Take Care more, I listen to Take Care more. I've listened to this album a lot too, but we're gonna have to put 808s over it. That was a hard one. We're gonna go with The Life of Pablo over Roddy Ricch. The Eminem Show versus Kanye West, Kids See Ghost. This is a hard one too. I'm gonna just go with my gut feeling and do the Eminem Show. I'm just gonna click it before I second guess it. We got Drake, Nothing Was the Same versus Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. Like I said in the other comparisons, I've listened to this album more. I think it has more replay value than To Pimp a Butterfly. However, To Pimp a Butterfly, to me, is the best album out of the two. I mean, undoubtedly. So we're going to go with To Pimp a Butterfly. We got Pusha T, Daytona versus Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 2. You know, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I think this is one of my favorite hip-hop albums. So is Kid Cudi. You know, I need to stop doing these brackets because I start losing my mind. I think we're going to go with Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 2. I was going to go over Daytona, but then I'm thinking like, okay, well, this album has a lot of impact. It has a lot of nostalgia for me. And this album's really good, but, you know, we're going to go with Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 2. 2014 Forest Hills Drive versus Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. We're going to do Reasonable Doubt. No disrespect to J. Cole. Okay, these two, this is a no-brainer. The off-season, I think the others, Cole's World is one of the weakest Cole albums. So, and this one's a no-brainer as well. We got Future Monster versus The Carter 3. We're going to go with Wayne, for sure. Definitely Wayne. To Pimp a Butter... Good Kid, Mad City versus Music to Be Murdered By. I'm having a brain fart right now. Really, I am. We're going to go with Good Kid, Mad City, though. And we're going to go for The Blueprint. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Kanye West, yay. We're going to go with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I love both of these, but we're going to go with K-Dot. To Pimp a Butterfly versus Kanye West, 808s and Heartbreaks. Sorry, Kanye, but we're going to have to go with To Pimp a Butterfly. The Marshall Mathers LP. I guess we're in the semifinal round, or it's getting close. It's 2 out of 8. 2 out of 8 albums. Let's see. We're going to go with the Marshall Mathers LP. Respectfully. Good Kid, Mad City versus Jay-Z, Kanye West, Watch the Throne. We're going to go with Good Kid, Mad City. Damn by Kendrick Lamar versus Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. I'm going to go with Reasonable Doubt here. Faux show. Rodeo, Travis Scott versus The Blueprint. We're going to go for The Blueprint here. We're kind of weeding out the other albums. Okay, so Wayne is one of my favorite rappers of all time, and I think this is my top 5 favorite rap albums of all time. This album got me into hip-hop, and I will forever cherish this album. I think Wayne inspired a lot of our generation artists with this album. I know he did. But My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is just perfect. There's no song on it that's bad. Same for Carter 3, but I think there's just a little more in this album that's enjoyable than Carter 3. I think there is. Respectfully, I'm going to have to choose Mr. Mr. West. We got J. Cole, The Off Season versus The Eminem Show. We'll go with the Eminem Show here. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers versus Kanye West, The Life of Pablo. We're going to go with Mr. Morale. We're going to go with Mr. Morale. Okay, so we got Kendrick Lamar versus To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm so fucking tired. Sorry, guys. We're going to go with To Pimp a Butterfly versus Reasonable Doubt. I got to go with K-Dot. Good Kid, Mad City versus The Blueprints. Oh, man. I'm going to go with The Blueprint here. I really don't want to give an explanation because I love both of these albums equally. It's just so hard. I enjoyed the storytelling on this is so good. It's so good, but I got to give props to JC for making this classic. I mean, it's just the lyrical, the production, Jay-Z's a pioneer of some of the hip hop. That's, respectfully, I'm just gonna shut up and just go with Jay-Z, The Blueprint. Fuck. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy versus Eminem, The Marshall Mathers LP. Both of these albums are in my top 5. They're both in my top 5, but I'm gonna go with Kanye here. As far as if I'm basing it off the best albums of all time, I just think Kanye. It's Kanye, dude. I mean, this album is one of the greatest rap albums of all time, and so is the Marshall Mathers LP. But I just think Kanye was just ahead of his time here. I just think he was ahead of his time. I hate it. It hurts my heart. Okay, we're going to go with the Eminem Show here over Mr. Morale. Okay, so we got My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy versus the Eminem Show. We're going to go with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. To Pimp a Butterfly versus The Blueprint. I already know what this is about to come down to. We're going to go with Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. Final round. I kind of knew it was going to come to these two. Okay. So here's my thing, okay? Kendrick Lamar. I think Kendrick Lamar really outdid himself on this album. I think the production, the jazz samples, the Thundercat production, the lyrical storytelling, it's just like watching a movie, like watching the best movie you've ever seen, but you're listening through your headphones. Does it have a lot of replay value? Probably not. I mean, it's not something you bump in the whip, but that's not what he was going for. That's not what Kendrick was going for. He was going for more of a, he was going for more of a storytelling, lyrical, musical, musically, To Pimp a Butterfly is the greatest rap album of all time. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, on the other hand, is one of the best produced albums. Like I said earlier, it's perfect. It's perfect, but there can be another album that's perfect, and they can both coexist. And I think To Pimp a Butterfly is perfect as well. Personally, what I think it all boils down to, since both albums have good production, both albums are kind of impacted the culture, and changed things around. I think the only thing that's missing is lyrical storytelling, and I think Kendrick filled that up. One thing I can say about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it has more replay value for sure. I think I could revisit that album a lot more. But if I have to judge off the best album out of this whole tournament, we're going to go with To Pimp a Butterfly. So we have our winner. To Pimp a Butterfly. That's our winner, guys. And what do you know? Look at the championship rate here. 11%. Win rate, 87%. See, everybody has the win rate. Look at these win rates. The Life of Pablo has a high win rate. The Carter 3. Okay. You know, I wish they would have put some Nas on here. They put like Illmatic, it would be game over. But that's it for the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I really love you guys. If you're watching this, I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're really trying, dude. I mean, we're trying to make it takes a long time to dish out a video. You know, we trying, but you know, it takes a long time to edit, and you know, we both work, we both have jobs, we have a life, and it's just kind of hard, you know, to do all that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this this little video we got going on here, and let us know down in the comments what you think. What album should have won? You know, I mean, that's what we're here for. And if you have any suggestions, for a video or music suggestions or whatever, let us know. We're gonna do a food reviews soon. You know, we tried the worst rated foods on Yelp in our area. We're gonna start doing that again. And we're going to listen to KD3. We're going to do a reaction to that. But we appreciate every single one of you guys. I mean, you guys are amazing. The guys that, you know, people that actually come by and, you know, watch our stuff. So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing night. And, yeah. Love you guys. Peace. Hunter.